So we've got Tom here today. We are talking about food and in particular spices. Love a bit of spice, Tom. So hit us with the three that you are using regularly or you recommend people to have in their cupboards and why.
These are three that I think are really versatile. They're cheap. They're in every supermarket. You know, it's not they're not things you won't have heard of before, but they're really easy things I think to add in across the week. I use them regularly. Get my clients to use them regularly. First up, we're going to talk about ginger.
Yep.
I mean, you can obviously get it kind of fresh. You can get the root. You can get the lazy ginger, nice and easily prepared. But you know, it does actually provide a really good health benefit. We're looking at things like manganese. So we've got an antioxidant in there, and it contains something called gingerol as well, which again is another antioxidant and proven to help with recovery as it acts as an anti-inflammatory.
Nice. I think those types of things like the ginger, a lot of people would have heard of anti-inflammatory kind of profile, but like I say, knowing why it works in terms of helping with this type of thing, like the manganese, the antioxidant profile. And this is where spices they're very condensed sources of these, aren't they? So yeah, we're not using huge amounts of it, but actually we don't need huge amounts because the actual density of it is it's quite concentrated.
Yeah.
Ginger is a really nice thing to add to quite a lot of things, sweet and savory, like, isn't it? Like you can add it to kind of like porridge and baking, like the dried ginger. So it's not always the root. So you can have this in the cupboard and use it in different ways. How do you use it?
Things like 1-pan meal. So whether it's like a stir fry, but I'll also use it in like a pasta bake as well. It goes really nice. Anything where you've got any kind of base where you've got, onions, carrots, that kind of thing, garlic. I really like it in that, make a really good base. Cook it low and slow.
Nice, low and slow. Love it. Mate, next one. So ginger, really good, like fresh, dried. Definitely, I love the lazy chili garlic ginger combo or trio. But yeah, next one up is
talk about cumin.
Yeah, nice.
Whether this is cumin seeds as well or just kind of dried cumin, can help with digestion, which is always important, no matter what your goal. Helping with absorption of that colourful meal that you're putting together. It's also a source of iron, which is great, again, particularly for people who train hard or females as well. And again, it's another antioxidant. And there's even some good research that shows it helps stabilize blood sugar as well.
Yeah, I've read a lot about that in terms of its effect on blood sugar, its effect on digestion. It's actually something that, often, like say, ginger, and I think I'm going to give it away, but the last one's turmeric. These two spices are often the ones that people kind of think about adding into their nutrition plan. And cumin and these other ones are often overlooked, but it really does have big effects in terms of the digestion. And look, for me, I use cumin on pretty much everything. Like it's my real go-to one. Like sweet potato wedges. You can put it in like soups, stews, curries. You can use it in Mexican food, like a lot of kind of the fajita spices will have cumin in as well. So it kind of goes across like, different kind of cuisines. So I love it. And I think having dry cumin in your diet is really, really good. And I think it's a simple addition. Again, concentrated versions of it can really, really help. Again, plant-based as well, really nice thing to just give a bit of flavor to veggies. That's how I use it. Cauliflower, broccolis, and I'll just kind of roast them in cumin.
I love to even sometimes like smash it up get a pestle and mortar, little bit of nutritional yeast as well, and use it as a bit of a topping. Gives a really nice topping to, like, say, to vegetables or to pasta, something like that.
Yeah, nice, very nice. So cumin and ginger for me, like they're really essential things. And as we go through this and we talk about spices, we are talking about these little additions that actually do add up, don't they? Like we talk about overall intake is obviously the most important, but if you can add these in, because it's so simple to do, can make a big difference to big difference to your diet. So great stuff. Last one up. I think everyone's maybe kind of like probably the biggest one that people focus on.
We're going to talk about turmeric. It's potentially, I would say, one of the most kind of effective one of existence, really. There's some loads of studies out there that show kind of major benefits for your body, but also your brain as well.
Okay.
The kind of compounds that are in it are, again, we're talking about powerful anti-inflammatory, powerful antioxidant. That sometimes there's a little bit of back and forth about how much you need, and you need a lot. But again, it's all these little things coming together, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's if we're talking about neutralizing free radicals on its own,
Yeah.
and stimulating your body's own enzymes. Turmeric can boost your body's own antioxidant enzyme and system. So I think, again, it's something that if we're thinking curries, or we're thinking anything, again, that's got that base where you've got onions, where you've got garlic, having a teaspoon of all of these three things can not only provide you with flavor food, and then you're not relying on something that's maybe very sauce based, that's maybe high in calories as well, creating something that's, tastes really good with that calorie value, but gives us that great, health and potential like performance benefit as well.
Yeah, mate, definitely. You nailed it there, isn't it? Like, it's adding that flavor without adding calories. It's you don't need that mayo, you don't need that kind of heavy oil-based, sauce or whatever. And it's an easy way to make sure that you're going to eat the right types of food. That's a real good thing. It's a vehicle to help you to do that. So a lot of people will talk about absorption of these spices, and maybe people have heard about that taking turmeric with black pepper or biopepperin can help absorption rates. And actually, if you don't do that, it doesn't get absorbed, or it doesn't have the benefits of being anti-inflammatory. Have you heard about this? Like, have you seen, the supplementation? Sometimes they have it with black pepper, but you can't season black pepper, in food anyway, don't you?
So, yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's quite an easy thing just to add on in your cooking. Again, like using seasoning in the right way to flavor your food, make it taste good.
One of our older nutrition coaches, Lucy, she did a bit of research on this and found that, maybe I'm wrong, so people can call me out or call Lucy out, that if you eat turmeric without the black pepper, it's not that it doesn't get absorbed, but actually it has a benefit in the gut, because it's not used in anti-inflammatory in terms of the other ways, or the brain, but actually it gets to the gut a little bit, and it has a powerful anti-inflammatory effect in the gut, as opposed to potentially in the muscles or joints, or systemically in the body. So yes, it increases the absorption rate if you take it with black pepper, but actually if it doesn't, it travels through and actually then can have a beneficial effect in the gut. So either way, we're winning. Because it's going to be in the system, and it's a really nice addition to the diet. So look, I think for me, we talk a lot about simple wins, don't we, T, and making things consistent and effective, rather than overhauling things. And for me, having these in your cupboard, like you said, and including them in the ways that you do, is just a simple win. I think with, especially, you're training a lot as well, don't you? Lifting heavy weights and running and doing all of these types of things. And if you can just focus on these little kind of 1%, once you have the foundation, it can make a big difference.
Definitely. Yeah, like I say, I think it's just setting your environment up, buying 2 or 3 spices that you're going to use. And if you need to kind of reach out, look at recipe packs, look at resources for websites. But I think they're easy things that you can add in, make your food taste good, but like say, get good bang for your buck out of it as well.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Look, really good. Like 3, I think starting with those 3 would be a really good thing for people to do. And then, like I say, just exploring a few things, different flavors. But yeah, use it as a vehicle to eat better food. Like I say, tick those 1% off. And then hopefully you'll start to kind of reap the benefits when you compound this. You're compounding, taking these in every day. You don't need to be taking in kind of like this, large amounts, because you're doing it consistently. So really good thing with spices to focus on team. Mate, really good knowledge. I love that, and thank you so much for inspiring me to get the spices and adding them into the to my food. Good stuff, bud. I'll talk to you soon.